yeah, it's a chilled vibe, innit? So I hope you don't mind that I'm gonna open my drink and that. Bit
As
thirsty.
long as you're not slurping into the
Nah, don't worry, man.
into
Man,
the
man,
thing.
man will remove the mic and that. Don't worry.
'Cause
I
if you're
got you.
slurping into the thing, I might have to
I got
deck
you. I
you.
got you. That's a bit suspect still. That's a bit suspect.
What, it's us to say
Yeah,
slurping.
slurping and that. That's a bit suspect. Yeah, wait, let's pause that. Let's pause that. Let's
Bruv,
pause that.
we have to pause that. How are you feeling? Are you good? Yeah.
I'm good, man. I'm good. The bare Corona things going on, but I'm chilling, bro.
Listen, some people are moving mad in
Aye,
Tesco.
bro.
They're moving mad in
Bare
Costco.
pawns, fam. Bare pawns. They're just panicking for no reason.
Bare what?
Pawns,
Pawns?
as in PAWNS.
Okay, I was wondering.
Yeah,
I was wondering.
You
I was just
actually
wondering.
Sick. You
I was
actually
wondering.
make me sick.
Anyway, man, yo, welcome to the first episode of the Purple Podcast. My name is Emmanuel.
And my name is David.
And yeah, man, look. Let's start off first, yeah. I'm trying to understand why have we called this thing the Purple Podcast?
That's a funny one. I was thinking the same thing. So first of all, like, let's not get it twisted. Purple is the color of royalty, and through this
Okay.
podcast, you're gonna be listening to two kings. You understand?
Don't know.
Understand? That's,
Bruv, listen.
that's number one. But number two,
I think the number two is basically, so first of all, purple is made up of two colors, right? Red and blue. And what I'm seeing today is there are too many, I'm going to use your term here, there are too many crabby patties out there. They're just living in echo chambers.
Aye, bare
Maybe
patties, fam.
maybe through no fault of their own, but they're just living through echo chambers. And they're not hearing contrasting perspectives. Lots of people don't know how to disagree. They don't know how to argue
Big facts.
and still be friends afterwards, right?
Big facts.
So we're not seeing much of the red and the blue together. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to have some contrasting views, man. Just have people come and listen to something different, man. So yeah, we got the red and the blue, and that together makes purple. So we called it the Purple Podcast.
Ouch.
So yeah, man, that's what we're out here doing. But I can't lie, I know there are some people who are looking at purple and thinking that's mad sus, you know. That's kind of feminine.
Ain't nothing sus about that, cause listen, two youths from South London, there's nothing sus about that, I guarantee you.
Automatic, bro. Automatic. But do you know what it is? I think it's obviously because I remember growing up when I was at sixth form, I remember one of my teachers, because I had a purple pencil case. I remember because you had to have that ready for the exam. And I remember one of my teachers was like, and it was kind of clear, but she was like, you know, purple is still a feminine color. And I was like, because we were just having a random conversation in a revision session. She was like, purple is still a feminine color. Like, no matter how you try to pattern the thing, it's still going to be feminine. And like, it just kind of brings up the question, like, is purple feminine? Why do people think that colors are feminine or masculine?
I don't know, man. I can't lie, with the way society's going, the grains of like colors are changing. So what was usually seen as like, oh, that's a feminine color and this and that, it's not so much the case these days. So I'll give an example, pink. You see a lot of guys, I'm sure you've seen this outfit, a pink jumper with blue jeans and white trainers.
Yeah.
That's a common outfit for guys.
Nowadays, yeah.
Nowadays, do you see what I'm saying? So like color, fashion, it changes, bruv. It changes. So like, bro, a guy can wear pink or purple or yellow, and like, if he's working the colors well, bro, you're not gonna think anyhow. Because a bad man can still mix up colors nicely, and you'll still think, rah, this guy's about it. Do you know what I'm saying? So like, fam, all this stuff about purple's feminine, that's all worse, bruv.
I think part of it as well is like, we have to even ask the question what it means to be masculine, what masculinity is, what it is to be a man. And you know, I think growing up, we hear all different kinds of things that are kind of speaking to what it means to be a man, especially as a young black man nowadays living in London. You know, let's not even get into some of the mad things that are going on with our young black boys. We have to get into that maybe a little bit later. But I think a lot of it starts in terms of like, what does it actually mean to be a man? And loads of people don't have a model for that. They don't have a pattern for that. Like I know, you know, we've specifically entitled this podcast provocatively, this episode, like, don't tell a man no. Now, hold on. Because already people saw don't tell a man no, and they were getting triggered.
I can already see the feminists turning red.
Bruv, listen. But it's cool, like, that's what we're here for. We got the red and the blue, man. That's what we're here for. We want that purple in it. But like, when we're saying don't tell a man no, I don't know about you, but like growing up, so we went to, so me and you were brothers. We went to a secondary school in Nunhead, just off of Peckham, in London. And it was an all boys school,
Oh,
Catholic school, but the
fam.
majority of the students at that time were black.
Yeah, 100.
And so there was a lot of that kind of, black community vibe about it.
Therefore.
But even amongst us guys, you had this feeling of, guys are aggressive just naturally. And perhaps we got it from family members. We
the
got
stereotype.
it from... Yeah,
Looking
literally.
at the older boys, you come into secondary school in year 7, it's an all boys school. Like, listen, for those that go to all boys schools, it's a dog eat dog world. Fam.
Literally, eat or
is
be eaten.
Peak, bruv. It is peak. But you see all these like older boys, like the year 11s, the year 10s, the year 9s, and it's mad because sometimes like you're just walking by your business, like you're going to lunch or like we had tuck back in the days, innit?
Yeah,
we had tuck like a
good
little
days,
break between before lunch but after the start of the day.
Yeah,
so it's like a little break there, and then sometimes you'll just walking down the corridor and then you're seeing 2 people scrapping. It's mad, bruv. And then there's just bare people huddling around, aye. And then other people are jumping in. And it's kind of like you just see these kinds of things that scream, okay, that's what it is to be masculine.
Yeah.
And then you just process that. And that works into your programming and stuff. And you just think, okay, cool. Like, so to be masculine, I need to be the figure of dominance. I can't be shown to be weak.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And part of that looking weak is to be told no and to accept the no. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, for example, if it's like, give me that, and they say no, like the first, like, what's going through people's minds or the emotion that evokes is like, am I a waste man? Am I a dickhead, fam? What do you mean no? Give it to me now.
Am I a patty, bro?
Do you know what I mean? Like, that's, so it's kind of like that whole thing of don't tell a man no. You don't get to tell me no. And if you tell me no, I'm going to turn it into a yes. Now, I think when it comes to that, it's good. It's good, but let's first clarify. When we say don't tell a man no, what we are not talking about is things like abuse. We're not
talking about abuse. We're not talking about rape. We don't condone none of them things here.
Nah, and if you, man, condone that, then there's actually a problem with you. There's something wrong.
You need some serious milk, fam. You need to go see a psychologist or something, bruv.
You need some serious prayer. I can't
Big
even
man
lie.
thing, because that's a bit sticky.
So we're not talking about that. And we're not saying that men should be given everything they want. Do you know what I'm saying?
Not,
before the feminists come for our necks. But
let them come, man. They won't do nothing.
Fam, well, you heard it here, innit?
They won't do nothing.
You heard it here. But like, listen, bruv, it's literally like we're not condoning any of that. And we're not saying it's a threat either. We're not saying don't tell a man no, otherwise you'll see what's gonna happen. No. We're not co-signing any of that. We're not co-signing that, a man should never ever accept no as an answer.
Not at
all. But what we are talking
all.
about is this kind of attitude, at least amongst the men that we grew up with, where it was like if you take no for an answer, you're actually a waste man. Like you're
especially
weak.
In South London for like, if you know, innit?
Yeah.
South London back in like between 08, even before 08, like, but for us 08 to like 013, 14, it was a mad thing. Like South was peak, bruv. Like it was mad, especially like Peckham, Brixton, Elephant. Them sides there, it was hot. So like the whole thing of like you telling a man no, like if somebody comes to rob you, I'm sure some of you listening, like you've been through that situation.
Yeah.
Lord knows I've been through it. If somebody comes to rob you now, and especially that like they're older, and then they're like, oh, you got a phone on you, and you told them no, and then they've seen you whip out your phone, and they're just like, what? What do you mean? So if I search you now, I'm not going to find a phone. It gets long, man. It gets long.
Man. And literally, you telling them no, they feel like, because they want to get their way.
Yeah.
They feel like they need to assert their dominance over you to get their way. And so it's literally like, oh, no, all right, cool. Then they introduce a weapon into the equation. And at this point, people's feet are shuffling, bruv. They're actually shuffling. They're actually out here shuffling. It's like, okay, cool, fine.
All that chest you once had is gone, fam. It
Exactly.
starts declining.
And suddenly that no turns into a yes. And for that guy who's now robbed you, he feels like a man.
Yeah.
Because he's gotten his way.
He feels dominant now. Yeah.
But is that what it actually means to be a man, though?
Not at all, man. I mean, there's an element of dominance. There's an element of control, and I feel like the base of it is being respected. That's what I feel like the base of it is, because as a man, especially, okay, look, let's look at this from the female side, innit? So when
easy. Careful.
No, I'll take your time.
Go
I'll take your time.
on.
Let's look at this from a female perspective. Even like church girls, road girls.
Oh, hold on. Shout out to you church girls, by the way. I'm telling you right now, shout out to all of you church girls.
They're doing
Listen,
well still.
people are talking about these baddies out here. we'll get onto that one day.
Yeah,
innit?
we'll
We'll
get
get onto
onto
that.
that.
But shout out to you, church girls, man.
Yeah, shout
Bless
out.
you.
Big up
Bless all of
yourselves.
you.
Big up yourselves.
Big up yourselves,
10
honestly.
times. But yeah, looking from a girl's perspective, even like say a church girl, you know, she covers up, she's modest, she's this and that. They will say, they want. I've heard you say, obviously, they want a church bad boy or something like that.
Don't get me started.
Listen, we'll get into that topic in it. Like, we're not gonna dwell on it, but at the end of the day, what they're talking about is somebody who's respected. So somebody that won't get mugged, that won't get mugged off,
Somebody's
not
not
mugged.
weak.
You know what I'm saying? Now, somebody's not weak. So let's say you could be like the nicest guy, you've never had a fight, never been in passer, you could be a suitor. For all you know, like to other people, you could look like a nerd. But at the end of the day, if somebody comes to rob you, you're being
know
like,
what you're on.
bruv,
Yeah, you
know
know
who
you're
I
on.
am. Like,
Yeah.
it's them ones. So it's about respect. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But then different people actually they view respect in different ways. Do you know what I'm saying? So obviously, respect means different things to different people. So like, obviously, where we come from, Niger land and all them things there. Respect is like if I'm older than you, you must respect me. So respect isn't it's not earned, it's owed. Do you know what I mean? But in this country, like respect when you're speaking to someone is look them in the face. But in Nigeria, you don't do them things. So it's different ways of how different people perceive respect. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day.
So then, in terms of like guys, then, and this whole feeling the need, and a lot of guys, like all they've seen, they've not seen gentleness respected. Do you feel what I'm saying? Like all they've seen is aggression. Like, okay,
Yeah.
dad gets what he wants. How does he get it? By being aggressive, by
Yeah.
being not just assertive, but like overly aggressive, which is a
Yeah,
problem. Because let's not lie, women are assertive too, or women can be assertive. There are many women who are assertive.
Yeah.
It's seen negatively for many of them. Can't even lie. But there are women who can be assertive. So we're not trying to talk about this as though it's unique to men and only men can do it.
100.
But what we are talking about is the experience, at least in our circles and amongst the people that we're familiar with, when it comes to masculinity and what that means. So with aggression, then a lot of these guys, they've only seen that, or they've seen it from a cousin because dad wasn't there.
True.
And they've seen gentleness in a man being mocked, right?
Yep.
And so it's kind of funny because they see that as being a man.
Yeah.
Once you can, because it goes beyond like protection and defense into offense now.
Yeah.
And it's offense against everything and anyone that goes against what you want.
Yeah.
Now, here's the problem with that. Because at that point, when it's like, am I a dickhead? How can you tell me no?
Yeah.
There's a bit of selfishness and entitlement behind that, where it's like not ever taking no for an answer from anyone for anything. But no is never an option for you. Like there's a bit of like a selfishness in that, where it's like, okay, I never ever want to be told no.
Yeah.
I always want what I want. And the issue with selfishness is, bro, newsflash, that actually makes you childish.
Yeah.
Because at that point, it's all about you.
Major. When you cannot compromise, it's a mad thing.
Yeah, bruv.
It's
Literally.
a mad thing, because life is full of compromise. Like, and just because of your masculinity and you wanting to get your own way doesn't mean that you'll always get your own way. And then how do you respond to that? Some guys, they then end up wilding out. And, you know, they wild out in different ways. They could get violent, you know, domestic abuse and stuff like that, even in a relationship, or even being passive aggressive, you know, saying things that will make your partner feel bad, messing with them emotionally. It's mad. It's crazy, bruv. It's crazy. And it's childish. It's childish, bro.
It is very, very childish. And I'm not saying that, like, we're so mature, and then that temptation to be selfish in when you don't get what you want doesn't hit us. Like, obviously it hits us. It hits us.
1,000,000%.
But it's like, yo, when you become a man, you actually put things of childhood behind you. Genuinely, you actually put it behind you. So like, some of us brothers, you just gotta grow up, bro. I can't even lie. Because like my brother was saying, look, like this life is full of compromise, innit? You genuinely, you win some and you lose some. Bro, take it like a man.
Big man thing.
Like, actually take it like a man. You take it on the chin. You actually win some, you lose some. And bro, if it's gonna hurt, it's gonna hurt. Like, sometimes acknowledge that you're actually feeling pain.
Yeah, man.
Do you find sometimes acknowledge? Now, I'm not saying every single day, but like, acknowledge the pain, deal with it.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying?
Firm it, deal with it,
and
then
then
dwell on it, think about it, and then move on. Keep it pushing.
Because, you know, a lot of guys who are hyper aggressive, or who are overly aggressive, and we should probably talk about what that looks like. But a lot of guys who are over aggressive a lot of that is because of a lot of things that they haven't dealt with. If you look at the context of everything that they're dealing with, if you look at the context of everything, all the trauma they've been through in their lives, all the things they've dealt with in their lives, their response of aggression to an isolated situation, when you take into context or into consideration everything they've been through, is probably not enough aggression. Because you've got this entire plate of issues that you're not dealing with.
100%.
Right?
1,000,000%.
But because we don't see everything that's happened in your life, bro, we only see this one isolated event that you're now stabbing a guy because he just told you, no, I don't want to give you my phone. We don't see every other trauma that you've gone through.
That's literally the culmination of their life story up until that point.
Exactly.
That's mad.
So
that's
it
mad.
looks like over-aggression, but maybe it's just, in some cases, not every case, but maybe it's actually like even under-aggression in response to all of the undealt issues that they have in their life.
It's true, bro. It's true, because it's a shame, but let's say even for the average black male, more times the dad of the house isn't in the home.
Yeah. At least in our experience, because we understand there might be some people watching from Africa, where there are loads of loyal dads, even people watching from areas in the UK where dads are still home, or you might come from a 2-parent household.
Yeah.
Like, we're not saying this is a one shoe fits all, but this is the experience of many young men, many young black men in our area.
And like, you know, it's crazy because number one, they haven't had that right role model from the house.
Yeah.
And, you know, for a lot of people, it's a thing where they might have, obviously, mum might have started them off in church and stuff like that, but then they've had other influences outside and things like that. You know, they've chased the money and gone into all kinds of mad things. Chased the girls. They've gone into all kinds of mad things, and, you know, they can only build off their own masculinity off of what they've seen.
Yeah.
And
what they haven't seen.
Or what they haven't seen. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like, from then, that's shaped their masculinity, which then results in so many males with anger issues and problems and stuff like that. It's crazy, bro.
Do you know what's mad? Because then, like, you've raised a really good point here, because then the question becomes, bro, who are you patterning yourself after? Like, who are you actually modeling yourself after? Like, so shout out to 412 Men. I attend a men's meeting every single Monday. And this was actually I think it was the topic for last month, where I was talking about patterns and models. Like, who's your role model? Who are you actually patterning yourself after?
Yeah.
Because, like, unfortunately, like, loads of men have just learned to be the lion.
Yep.
They haven't learned how to be the lamb.
Ooh.
Like, genuinely.
I run that one back.
And the mad thing is, they see the lamb as just being this weak creature. Like, I'm not gonna take no for an answer in any situation ever.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna make me, if I have to take this L now, I'm gonna then hit back at that by making everybody else take L's around me. I'm gonna rob somebody. I'm gonna stab somebody. I'm gonna beat my wife, and whatever it might be. Do you know what I mean? So
it's mad though, because let me just latch on to that. You know, a lot of guys, they only know how to be the lion and not the lamb.
Yeah.
Bro,
and some man, just before you continue, they only know how to be the lamb and not the lion.
True.
Sorry, but go on.
It's the same vice versa. We'll get into that one. But what I was going to say was, it was just a quick point. Even lions, not every lion wins every battle.
Yeah.
Which is a mad thing. Some lions, when they lose, they got to go away, lick their wounds, be like, all right, cool. I took this L, but I'm going to bounce back.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? And some man don't even have that kind of mentality.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And it's crazy, because when you deep it, like, with these guys that only have the aggressive lion mentality, when they have that and they don't know, or they don't have, you know, the mind to be able to retreat and to be able to sit back or just take the L, that's how they end up dying early, which is the case for a lot of young black boys. Do you know what I'm saying? They don't know how to pick and choose their fights, which is mad. It's crazy.
Or what it might be in addition to that is that, like, they're choosing to bounce back, but it's a bounce back of a negative form of retaliation.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, okay, so you killed my boy. Cool. I'm gonna kill your mum.
A friend of an op can get got.
Like, literally, an innocent. It could be like somebody could see me, you know, talking to a gang member on the street, preaching the gospel to him, and be like, oh, and they see me like dapping it up with him. All right, later, bro. Have a good day. I hope you take to heart the things I've said. They see me, and they'll be like, oh,
you were chatting to my man.
You were chatting to my man.
You're a target now.
Now you're an op.
It's wild, man.
Do you know what I'm saying? So, but what I want to quickly touch on, like, I want you to speak to this as well, David. Like, hyperaggression. or over aggression, being overly aggressive.
Mm.
What are the manifestations of that, or how would you define that or summarize it?
How would I define, or what are the manifestations of hyperaggression? I mean, it's in a lot of different contexts. So hyperaggression, obviously, what people look to is a relationship. So abuse, a guy, or let's say two people in a relationship. The guy wants to have sex with his girl, and then the girl's just like, nah, she's not feeling it, she's not in the mood, or she's withholding it because they've had an argument or something like that. And then the guy's just like, what? And then he ends up raping her. That's a mad thing, because it's just like, I'm bigger and stronger than you.
Yeah.
I want what I want. Therefore, if you're not going to give it to me, I will take it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? That's one form of.
And listen, sometimes that's okay. Not rape. No, not rape. Not rape. What I'm saying is sometimes the attitude of, okay, you've said no to me, I'm still going to overcome and excel.
Of course, in a
Like,
different context.
In a
terms
different
of
context.
Like, let's say you've gone for a job,
yeah,
and because of XYZ reasons, they haven't given it to you, and it's just like persistence in that manner.
Yeah.
Of course, it's good to be persistent.
100%.
Do you know what I'm saying?
But
in that context, cool. You don't tell a man no.
Exactly.
Cool.
You don't tell
like,
a man no.
We can take that. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like that, the hyperaggression in terms of the previous scenario, that's a mad thing. I cannot co-sign that. And like for me, obviously, being a Christian, sex before marriage is a mad thing, innit? For me, looking outside of it, it's a mad thing. But for the majority of people, that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
I've always seen guys that rape women. I've always seen them like, bro, you can't get nons because of your own game.
Yeah.
You have to rape a lady?
Yeah.
That is weak, fam. That is dead.
Do you know, and that's the crazy thing.
That is dead, fam.
That's the crazy thing, because like a lot of people who feel like the very thing that they think gives them power is actually what makes them weak. The very thing that they think is giving them power is what's making them weak.
Yeah.
So not my man, because he wouldn't be my man, but this guy over here is saying, oh, wow, so she's trying to take man for idiot. Okay, cool. I'm going to do this to her.
Yeah.
And now in your desperate attempt to show how powerful you are, you've actually shown how weak you are. And why have you shown how weak you are? Because you've shown that you lack self-control.
Yeah.
Now, don't worry, we understand that we've only given examples of what hyperaggression would be, but I would say it would be like hyper speaks to there being excessiveness.
Yeah.
And to a degree, we all know about what aggression is. There are obviously verbal forms of aggression, physical forms of aggression,
Emotional forms.
Emotional forms of aggression, which sometimes, we might even call passion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I like what you said. It does depend on context, but I think we can generally summarize it as an inappropriate or an excessive display of aggression.
Yeah.
And it's normally negative, particularly to get one's way.
Yeah.
So to get your own way. That's, I guess, just
constantly.
Constantly. Off the dome, I'll just say that's what hyperaggression is, or being overly aggressive.
I therefore agree.
But I just wanted to touch on this whole thing about self-control and like bringing it right back to like the whole concept of the lion and the lamb, which we believe is more than a concept. That's Jesus Christ. So explicitly we're Christians, and if you don't like that, well, maybe you need some more blue in your life or some more red in your life. You need to be purple. Shout out to the purple people out there. But yeah, man, listen, like we need that balance where we can be both lion and lamb. And listen, man, to all the brothers, like, especially church boys out there, understand it comes back a little bit. It comes a little bit back to this whole I want a church bad boy.
Yeah.
It comes back to that a little bit, where it's like they want to see the self-control.
Yeah.
A lot of girls do. And now, if you're a girl and you want a man who's volatile, who's living life just on the balance, like you don't know whether he's gonna kiss you today or slap you tomorrow. Boy. If that's what you want, I strongly advise you to go to the church for deliverance. And once you've gone to church for deliverance, I want you to go and look on the internet, find a good counselor who can psychoanalyze you and help you through your deep-rooted issues. But if what you actually want is somebody who's got self-control, listen, guys, this is what a lot of girls want. Somebody who's got that balance, who knows how to be aggressive and when to be aggressive. Do you know what I'm saying? Somebody, somebody was telling me, she was saying, you know, I asked her, do you actually want a man who can tell you to shut up? Because bare girls are saying, I want a man who
Bro.
can tell me to shut up.
Fam, that's just the start of an abusive relationship.
Well, let's not even go there, because this is what I then said to her. Here's what needs to be understood. There's more than one way to quote unquote tell a girl to shut up.
Yeah.
Now, for
You're
those
right,
who are
you're right,
mad
still.
PC and they're like, no one should be telling any girls to shut up. We're not advocating abuse. Just in case you don't understand what they mean by that when they say, I want a man who can tell me to shut up, is they want a man who can correct them
Who
when
can
necessary.
put her in her place or pattern her when she steps out of line.
Bingo. Now, to some people, that will sound like, what do you mean put my... Exactly. What do you mean put me in my place?
A man can't do this. Shut up,
The
man.
place of the woman's not just the kitchen.
Shut up, man.
Yes, it is. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Relax, guys. Relax. Don't be triggered. Don't be triggered.
My days.
Don't be triggered. Learn to listen to counter perspectives.
LOL,
I don't believe
LOL.
that. But you know what they're saying is, okay, I want somebody who can correct me when I'm tripping. Because I know me, and I know that sometimes I'm tripping. I'm actually tripping. So I want somebody who can like correct me, and when necessary, can be loud enough. Watch this. Can be aggressive enough to make me listen.
Yeah.
Now, how can you do that properly? Now, you need to listen and study the girl to understand the best ways to do that.
Definitely.
Because some guys will think, oh, I need to make her listen. I'm going to punch her in the face. Then she'll listen.
Nah, bro.
No, bro, now she's crying. She's got a black eye and she's calling her older brother to come take you out.
Wild. Wild.
So you've got to study your girl. But I digress. But like, listen, guys, many women, particularly if they've got sense in their head, like many of our church sisters, bless you, you're wonderful. They want a man who's got, just one of the things they want from a man is a man who has self-control.
Big facts.
And if we're going to say, let's forget about doing it for the girl, doing it to get the right girl, bro, it's just good for you.
Yeah, do it for yourself.
Like, do it for yourself, bro.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah.
a self-controlled man can take over a city.
Oh, big man thing. It's like one of these. It's not really a meme, but one of these like posts on social media going around, and it says like a man who's in control of his emotions is a very, very dangerous man.
Oh, yeah.
And like a focused man is a very dangerous man. Do you know what I'm saying? Because once you have focus, once you have drive, once you have discipline, it's crazy. Once you have self-control, and you're able to pattern yourself in terms of not even just aggression, but every form of your life.
100.
Fam, you could take over a whole city, bro.
Literally.
Real
because
easy.
you've got that self-control. And again, it's not self-control to do evil.
Yeah.
Or self-control just to get what you want. But it's self-control to be the man that you ought to be.
100.
The man that is actually a benefit to society, a benefit to himself, a benefit to his wife, or for some of us that aren't married, I'm a Christian, innit? Anyway, so a benefit to your partner, you know, a benefit to
Your children when they come,
Bruv.
to your parents.
Listen to your parents, fam.
Bruv, even in the workplace, if you're a benefit to your manager, who are they going to promote when the next promotion position comes around?
Literally, you've got to be self-controlled. If you're
100.
going to ascend the heights, and you're ascend the hills, and you're going to be like one of the guys in top positions, you need to be somebody who's relatively unshakable.
100.
You've got to have that self-control where, okay, this thing hurt me. What this person said hurt me. I can't let myself just react out of emotion. Because what's this, bro? Lack of self-control is the easy way out.
Yeah.
Can we be real? It's actually the easy way out. It's actually like using your force to get what you want at the expense of others is the easy way out. Having no regard for anyone else is the easy way out.
That's what cowards do.
That's what literally.
That's what cowards do.
That's what cowards do.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's disregarding how whoever like you're gonna do it to is gonna feel. As long as you get your own outcome, that's the only thing that matters. That's That's what a coward does.
Literally.
That's wild, fam.
So like, it's kind of like this whole thing of meekness. Like, it's literally this thing of meekness, where it's like meekness, from what I've been hearing recently, and maybe I need to study up more. Like, blessed are the meek because they're gonna inherit the earth. Like the meek are living out here because they're gonna get everything. Like anything they want to get to a degree, like they're gonna get it. And apparently, like when we hear meekness, you know, again we hear like lamb, we hear like weak, we hear
someone who's a patty, someone who's a nerd.
Bruv.
Do you know what I'm saying? You hear somebody who's like, oh, that's a pushover, or you hear like, oh, he's all right, but he's a joke, man. Still, like, he's
weak,
moist,
like,
he's weak. Fam.
But apparently, what meekness means is to have your sword sheathed. So basically, for people who think I was speaking in tongues there, is to have your sword inside its sword carrier.
Yeah.
Have the ability to use it.
Yeah.
You know you could slice this guy up easy.
You know you're the baddest swordsman about, fam.
But you choose not to.
Yeah.
It's that element of self-control again. Now, what's this, yeah? What's this? With that whole element of self-control, to some people, you're going to look weak because you're going to take that L.
Yeah.
To some people, you're going to look weak because your wife is shouting at you and you're choosing to hold your peace for now.
Yeah.
To some people, you're going to
choosing
look
not
weak.
retaliate.
Bruv, to some people, you're going to look weak because, you know what? You know, he didn't escalate it at work and he chose not to fight. He chose to walk away even though they dashed water in his face.
Yeah.
Or they dashed some sort of drink in his face.
Serious.
You're going to look weak when you're demonstrating self-control.
Serious.
But listen, if you displayed the ability to wisely apply the red and the blue, like we were saying before, you will show yourself to be royalty.
100. Biggest facts, man. Biggest facts. And that's where a lot of guys struggle because, you know, a lot of guys, they talk about a guy needs to be composed. A guy needs to be composed. And this is one guy in uni. Cool brother. Cool brother. And I call him the king of composure. When I tell you, I've never, ever seen this guy rattled. Never. Every time I see him, he's just a cool, calm, collected guy. And he's just so calm. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's so calm. Even if somebody was to violate, he'll be like, oh, I can't, like, that's a mad thing. Obviously, you can't do that. Like, that's mad, innit? But even it's calmness. And that's the composure that a lot of guys lack. A lot of them lack because it's one of those ones where to be composed, you have to control yourself.
Yeah.
You have to pattern yourself. It's not every time somebody offends you or somebody does something wrong that you then need to bite the bait and then snap at them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's not every time. Sometimes you be like, all right, cool. It is what it is. Let me just walk away. Maybe they're having an off day. Maybe something's wrong. You know, being considerate of the other person because to have composure, you need to analyze every single thing that's going on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, a lot of guys specifically, don't have the patience to do that. Now, girls do that a bit too much and get to psycho levels because then they start creating up scenarios.
Mad.
That's another conversation.
Jumping off that cliff.
Jumping right off that cliff, jumping straight into conclusions. But that's another conversation. But guys don't do that enough, and they think they do. They think they do, which is a big problem. Because there's nothing worse than when you think you're doing something right and you're doing it woefully wrong.
Yeah. Or when you think you're a good person and actually you're very terrible.
Yeah.
There is no worse person than that. Somebody who's doing evil, thinking that is good. Like it's actually the worst. It's one of the worst things.
1,000,000%.
Do you know what I'm saying?
1,000,000%.
So like, listen, man. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, go away from listening to this podcast and be thinking about like who are you actually patterning yourself after, and is it a good pattern?
Yeah.
Is it actually a good pattern? Like, is it bearing good fruit in your life? I think, I don't even remember what it is, but at the end of Top Boy, spoiler alert, I remember, I think Deshane was talking to, now listen, I'm not one who listens to bare rap or, you know, I can't lie. Is it Kano?
Yeah,
it's Kano. Okay, I just wanted to make sure before some people come for my neck. I'm sure Kano is lit out here. He's doing a lot. Do you know what I'm saying? He's a legend in the game.
He's wavy.
He's wavy. All right. So no disrespect to Kano. I just want to make sure I'm saying his name right before his fans come for my neck. But Deshane was saying to Kano, and I know that's not the name of the character in the thing, but he was saying to Kano, "Oh yeah, like, yo, it doesn't matter that all this stuff happened. Like, we won." And Kano was like to him, "Really? Did we actually win though?" Because for Kano, it was like he lost his, spoiler alert, he lost like what was basically his little brother.
Yeah.
Like, he lost so much. Like, Deshane had lost so much. So yeah, like, maybe the pattern you've patterned yourself after, the man you've patterned yourself after, or the men you're looking at as your model, maybe you got what you want.
So maybe for you, the ends justified the means.
But then the question is, at what expense?
Yeah.
At what expense?
Serious question.
Like, yeah, you got all the creps you want.
Yeah,
you got
all the money, all the F jobs banged, all of it paid off. You're sitting on like 100 racks now, like you're living, you're this, you're that.
But at what cost? Like, yo, where's your peace at, bro?
Yeah.
You're actually walking around on the street looking over your shoulder.
Yeah.
Because you got ops out here.
There's no peace, bro.
Where's your peace, bro? Like, and what I'm trying to tell you, man, as well, is that it doesn't have to stay that way. It actually doesn't have to stay that way. But then this is what it comes back to. For you to change, your whole mentality of what it means to be a man is going to have to change.
1,000,000%.
Because let me tell you what, for some of these men out here, the door to freedom, the door to self-control, the door to like the route, the way to get out of what you're in currently looks like death. But it's actually life. Just like some of the things that you're looking at right now and it's making you a man is actually making you a boy.
Very true.
So it's literally about being transformed by the renewing of that mind of yours. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, think about those things, man. Think about who you're patterning yourself after. And like, holler at us as well, man. Let us know who are you patterning and modeling yourself after. Have a think about these things, man. And listen, no matter where you go, no matter what you do,
pattern up.